A lady with two kids, just lost her job, with a 400 credit score, so she can't go get a loan. She doesn't own any property, she's renting. Her boyfriend slash husband left her without any money. Her rent's due in 5 days. She does not want to talk to her mom because they're not on good terms. Her Facebook posts look lovely. She's a beautiful woman, by the way. She's sexually attractive. I don't care what race you are or what your type is. We'll all give her an A plus. She's beautiful. She's her name is Samantha. Samantha is beautiful, okay? In everyone's book. But she ran into this challenge, people, ladies and gentlemen. This is very serious. This is not fun and games. I'm not singing. I'm not smiling. She ran into a challenge, and the challenge is, how is she going to pay her rent this month, coming up just in a couple of days? She talked to the landlord, and he said he's not willing to work with you. And then she said, please, I'll do anything. She has about 7 days or so, and I asked her, Samantha, how did you pay your rent? I don't need your help with it. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. I took care of it. I'll never have the problem of paying my rent again as long as I stay here. And the same person is the landlord. As long as he owns the property, I won't have this problem ever again. She won the lotto. Investments come through? No, she doesn't have any investments. No, she didn't win the lotto. What did she do? Man. What did she do? What didn't she do? You see the title? You know what she did. She didn't have a choice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going on more and more. People, particularly women, there's men too, but we're going to focus really on women because women are the targeted group of people that this is happening to more and more. Not saying it doesn't happen to men, but this is about women. It's happened to women 9 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times. This is a global problem. Ladies and gentlemen, I predict by the year of 2024, everyone's going to know that landlords are exchanging and accepting sex, welcoming it, advertising it, doing it, even having written agreements of trading sex as a payment for rent. By the year of 2024, in my expert opinion, quote me, okay? This is crazy, man. I'm going to give you some numbers. I've been researching this for a few years now before I came out and said anything. I said something gingerly, very lightly on my Facebook, but this is for the people on my LinkedIn. Some people have been asking me about it and commenting, and I told them I would write, but I don't want to write 40 pages. My gift is speaking, presenting, inspiring, communicating effectively with all people. So I'm going to do this video. That's why I'm doing this video, to go over a couple of things and answer some of those questions. But yes, by 2024, man, this is going to be a thing that people do. But look at this. Look at this. The numbers of countries where prostitution is illegal. It's 104. The number of countries prostitution is restricted. 11. 1. It's restricted only in 11 countries. The number of countries prostitution is legal. 77. See, this is why we can't get on the same page. You know why? Watch this. The number of countries where there are no laws for prostitution. 5. I'm not agreeing or disagreeing, but what I'm pointing out here is we're not on the same page across nations, across countries, across counties, and particularly local governments. So it's going to be a mess. Why? Because we're not in agreement with, the bigger thing. They say that um, selling sex, or, you know, that business, it's prostitution itself is the oldest profession. It's not, you know. Telling lies is the oldest profession. Trading land is the oldest profession. Salt, gold, silver, copper. Um, Telling jokes. Those are the oldest professions. Then prostitution. Like you have to have something to be something to get something, and then you start to do all these other things. Um, but what I am saying is that this has been going on for a long time. And because our culture accepts this in so many different ways, and also because it's not defined, it's going to cause a mess for local governments. Let me go on. I have a bunch of facts here, and my goal is to make this under a 20-minute video, but with some facts and kind of give you some background of how this is all happening and why 2024. And how can help your family? More importantly, how can you protect your daughter, your neighbor, your family, your kids from seeing this, believing in it? See? Okay. So, look, the Obama administration, believe it or not, in 2015, came out with more amendments, more laws, more policies under the Fair Housing Act. And this has a lot to do with it. So this is like a thief in the night. It's something that's been going on. It's something that's going on all over the world, ladies and gentlemen, but no one's really talking about it, and people don't understand how serious it is. And I'm trying to educate you a little bit, let you know what's going on. So why and what's this has been going on. It's If you Google it, you're going to see that this has been going on all over the world. I'm just going to read a couple ads, from New York, from Reno, Nevada, from England. It's happening all over the world, like Craigslist ads. Let me see. This is what it says here. Okay. Oh, let me show you a little bit. See, a woman is looking for a room, and you know what? She is sick and tired of getting all these ads. It reads, I am tired of getting men asking for sex, for trade, for a room. See? So she's not looking for that. But the thing is, she's getting messages and text messages from men saying, hey, you still looking for a room? Hey, I'll help you out and you won't have to pay any money, because you exchange sex for rent. And she's like, no, I want to pay some money. See, but this is part of the problem. And this is part of the local government challenge. See, what is the price she's asking and why she's still looking? $1,000 plus utilities? No. $700 plus utilities? No. $600 plus utilities? No. She can afford to pay $400 and not including utilities. So that is a challenge. And this is a woman that's working and that's all she can afford to pay. So that's part of the challenge. Like, Courtney, where does the local government come into play? I'll get into that. I just want to show you, read some of these real fast, let you know, like this is getting ridiculous. This is getting so freaking ridiculous. Here's another one. It reads, must be an open mind. You had to have an open mind. I'll only charge you $260. I have a 3-bedroom house. There's 2 other women in the other rooms. We swap. You have to have an open mind. See, but you only have to pay $260. There's over 10,000 of these ads all over the world. Okay, this is the government challenge. through all local governments. And like I said on my LinkedIn, it's because of a lack of policy. What do you mean, Courtney? Can you? Someone asked, like, can you explain? Can you share with us? Here's the thing. All right. So it's like, I don't know, 12 at night, somewhere between 12 and 3 at night. That's where I do most of my videos. At the end of the day. So the thing is, how can a local government solve this? You are renting a room. You've had some type of relationship with this person sexually, and then you're not able to pay your rent anymore, and you start exchanging sex for rent. But the thing is, one of you don't like it anymore, and the thing is, you know, the courts don't know how to decide that. See, because you already had a relationship. See that, so see, you're not, it didn't start out that way. You had a relationship already sexually, so what's going on there? See, there is no local government policy that protects the landlord or the tenant in that situation, because that's just people doing what they want to do. So it makes it very complex. Oh man, but that's not even going to be the big one. You know what the big one's going to be? That local governments are just going to be scratching their head, thinking, "What the heck?" And there's no policy for this. That's, I'm like, they should already have something in place for this, but they don't. See, and that's why I'm like, hey guys, see, lack of local government policy. Because if there's rules and regulations defined when things happen, we can say, okay, let's see what the rules are. These are the rules, these are the regulations, these are the policies, but they don't. So this is, you're not gonna believe me, but watch. This is the biggest one that most cases, and they're not gonna know how to decide, which is this. In written documentation, it says you can stay here for free under conditions. See, staying there for free, that's part of the agreement. Under conditions, that's part of the conditions. What are the conditions? Use your imagination. See, it doesn't say, hey, I'm exchanging sex for rent, just as under conditions or under my happiness, or, you know, maybe even says we like each other and we have this casual relationship, and there's gonna be no exchange of money for the rent because of our love. So you put the word love in there, relationship. I agree, as a tenant, you agree as a landlord. Now we have a written documentation. See, so when someone's always going to get mad, okay, someone's always going to get unsatisfied. The landlord, and these are all, more than 9 times out of 10, these are all going to be white males over 40 years old. And because that's already what's the trend is. That I've seen it, I'm seeing it, I'm reading it, I'm studying it in different countries. There's shows about it, and these men all say the exact same thing, like, hey, I'm doing a service, I'm helping her out, she doesn't have to do it. And he's right, there's hundreds and hundreds and thousands and hundreds of thousands of women that are willing to do it already. See, you just don't know about it yet. And so the thing is, one of them are going to be unhappy at some point. The landlord is going to, he wants something new. He wants to have sex with these other women, or he sees another woman that he can give this room an opportunity to, or this place, either a room, individual room, or a place. And so he's gonna be like, hey, we're gonna have to cut our relationship here, and you're gonna have to get out. And she's like, no, what's wrong? We'll just keep doing this. And see, you think I'm telling you what I know and what I'm already seeing. See, you just don't know. And so how does a court, because that's where you go to law, you go to the courts. How is the court going to decide that? You have a contract. It's like, see, that's what is going on. See, that's a head scratcher. Like, it's going to be a case by case basis. See, and what I'm saying is, it's the tenants. The tenants agreed. They're looking for it, and they don't want to do it. They want to keep doing it, and the landlord doesn't want to do it anymore for whatever reason. Probably just another girl, it's a go ahead and, you know. And so a lot of people are going to think like, oh, the landlord is forcing it on him or her on her, and and they have this agreement, but it's the tenant who wants to continue with the agreement of having sex for rent, but he doesn't want to do it anymore. And then, of course, what we think and believe, the landlord is going in there having sex with this girl, and she doesn't want to do it anymore. She's got a better job. She's got a boyfriend now. She's getting married now. She has a baby now. Oh my gosh! See what I'm saying? It's like she's just found God now. So she's in a position where she's like, I'm not doing this anymore, you know. And so he's gonna say, hey, we have an agreement. See, I mean, see, that's when you have agreements, things are signed. That's going to be tricky to get out of. Crazy, huh? See, and that's going to be something local governments are going to have to deal with, and they're not ready for it because they're not already ready. See, what else about this? Oh, single parent mothers, college students, um, independent women who are professionals, women who have a roommate. They had a roommate. So I have a roommate. You know, that's how I can afford to live in this nice place. And then that roommate gets mad. It doesn't work out. They move on. They get married. They have kids. They move to another state, or they go backpacking to Europe, or they're adventurous and they're just, they don't live up to their agreement. So then, Megan is here stuck by herself. What is Megan going to do? She doesn't have any options. Even if she has parents, she doesn't want to tell her parents because that pride of self-respect, being independent, she's like, and none of these people can be homeless. These are people that are willing to do anything besides being homeless out on the street in the rain. The girl all alone that sleeps outside in the rain, like my voicemail says, she can't do. A lot of people can't do that. Can't survive that. They'll never be the same. They're like, oh my, no, they will happily have sex with a man 4 times a month or whatever it is, or whatever it's going to be, and do that. See, it's just going to get tricky. See, and under the Fair Housing Act, it does not protect tenants, like I said, who are in a relationship. So you're in a relationship and you're either renting out a room or renting out a place, or maybe you're a roommate. See, there's no laws for that. See, there's no laws for that. It's going to be very tricky how local governments deal with it. See, I'm gonna read something here, and I'm gonna paraphrase something here, real fast. Um, Craigslist. And this is a Craigslist ad in Chicago. Um, Chicago lawyers, Committee of Civil Rights, under law sued the Craigslist in Chicago, or Craigslist itself, but it was pertaining to ads that are being done in Chicago where men are asking women for sex for money. So they said, hey, that's discrimination, under the Federal Housing Act. And so, but it says, listen to what happened. But legal experts say Craigslist is shielded by the 1996 federal law that protects online service providers that merely pass along unedited information provided by someone else. So what does that mean? That means you don't have to be etiquette to post something online. You can say something by mistake. You could say something that is about your sexuality and personality, your freedom of speech. See, So what they're saying is, based on the language that a lot of people use on Craigslist, it's not against the law. They're not breaking any laws, no matter how nasty or how could you or disgusting or how forward that is. They're not breaking any laws. Another article here says, in the East Coast, in New York, it says we have 19 staff members that work just on Craigslist ads, and this whole rent for sex thing. And you know what they say? They say it's not enough staff. They say we can't even keep up with it. And then people aren't breaking the law and they're so crafty. And so it's causing a mess for local government budgets, police staffing, how how um, how to police it, how to cite it. See, it's just a mess. Right here it reads, it is impossible to monitor all postings. Jim Buckmaster, chief executive of San Francisco based Craigslist, said the company forbids ads that break the law, of course. But his staff of 19 could not possibly police all postings. See? So that's in San Francisco. See, it goes on and on and on. See, this is nationwide, people. In Scotland, let's look here. Scotland, in Scotland, Scotland are owned, uh, Scotland are owner occupied and account for around 62% of all households in Scotland in the year of 2017. It's grown or stabilized. 2017, it's only gotten bigger. It says around 1.49 million properties. But this is the catch. Some sex offenders will return to housing they own or they own on release from prison or may wish to buy a property. See, there's no local government policies that prohibit or monitor sex offenders that own land, that own properties, that are going to be renting it out. Do you think they're going to be looking for opportunities to legally have sex with multiple different women? Yeah. See, that's the local government challenge. See, it's a mess. See, it's a mess with no rules and regulations, and, and it's not equal. See, another thing that is really messing people up, and it's a simple thing. It's a simple thing, man. With prejudice, it's just so simple and basic. It's like when you have a baby, they need milk, they need water. It's that kind of simple thing. So you know what it is? The timing, the rules and regulations that have to do with the timing and powers and privileges that landlords have. Tenants have some power, but it's not universal. See, landlords, they have to go through a process to evict a tenant, but it's not the same across every city and every state and every county. See, that's a problem because some places it's 2 days, some places it's three, some places it's you have to go through a process to get to that, and then after that it's 10 days. Very confusing. Not very confusing, but it's different depending on where you live. It should be a simple universal thing, like killing people is wrong, like that's universal across wherever city, county, state, nation you go. See, but the laws of evicting people are not universal. The the laws under the Fair Housing Act are not universal across the nation, and they're not very defined. And it doesn't cover in detail people that have contracts exchanging rent for sex using different verbiage. See, we're not there yet. See, but this epidemic, this problem is there. It's right there. See, I can go on and on and on, but I just wanted to give you some particulars, some details, some facts. And now I just want to share a couple things you can do and why you should do it. What you can do. I'm talking to fathers right now. Talking to fathers right now. What you can do is not kick out your daughter, and where she hates you and she's crying and she wants to show you and prove something. The average professional will change their job 7 times. You know, you don't know their roommate, you don't know the landlord, but you need to. See, so think twice about kicking her out, and if stay close, even if there's you didn't like her last boyfriend And so now she's living with him, and now he's not the boyfriend anymore. So, think exactly, how is she affording the rent? She says, "Oh, I got it, and I got some savings, or I took out a loan and stuff like that." A child, that with a broken heart will tell their father, their mother, their guardian, whatever they need to get you off their back and live their life. See, and there's no telling what she's really doing for money. See, so the fathers, so think about all those things. Try to keep a good relationship, a healthy relationship, where the daughter wants to still communicate with you, or at least someone in the family, and they can get back with you. Someone in the family needs to know exactly what's going on. Because when you think you know, I swear to God, I'm telling you all the truth. You don't know. You think you know, I think I know. We don't know what's going on in our family unless we really know exactly. What is their name? Who do they live with? What's their name? What's their phone number? Who's the landlord? What's his name? What's his phone number? Okay. How did she make her money? Yes. What did she make enough? How much is her rent? How much does she make? See, if we don't know, we don't know. We think, what other bills and situations she has. See? So that's for fathers. This is for families. Families, I'm telling you. I research people that inspire me and that have done things and that are easy to research for a lot of different reasons. I just love and I want to know about people. And one of the people is Maya Angelou, and I heard that she was raped, and I always wanted to know who raped her, what happened there. And like 6 years later, no one's ever mentioned on a talk show or any documentation on Google or fact check or just listening to audio and listening to who she is and what inspired her. Because she didn't speak for a whole year. I'm like, that's pretty amazing. You say one word, you didn't speak to anyone for a whole year? Like, oh my God, that guy took something away from you. Like, man, he came out with one of my favorite poems in the world, the favorite, Still I Rise. And only one time after all these years and probably thousands and thousands of hours, I finally found out it was a family friend who raped her. Only heard about it one time. All the media, all the tens of thousands of pictures on the internet and all the posts and all the blogs and all the audio, I only heard about it one time. It was a family member. So what am I getting at? It was a close family friend. Why am oh man, I hate to say this, man. I got chills on me, but I'm telling you, look, a close family friend is who you got to watch. You got to watch people in your family, because a lot of men are sleeping with these little girls in their family, fourth, fifth cousins, granddaddy, and foster care. It's, you know what? Like I said, we don't know. We think we know. We think we know. We don't know. You have to really know the character of your family and these close friends. And think about this. Hey, someone in the family you don't know, but because of the family word, you think, okay, he's cool. He's going, Jane is going to be renting out a room from a close family member who we don't even know. See, you didn't know he was into that kind of thing. He hasn't had a girlfriend in 18 years. He was married once, and no one really knows what he does with his time, money-wise, volunteer-wise, or anything. And here he's renting out this room. They never really discussed how much money it was. See? But you wouldn't think, no, man, it's a family member that you don't even see on Christmas, that you haven't even called, and he hasn't called you in over 6 years. See, but you don't know. See, no one wants to talk about these things. See, but Maya Angelou was raped by a close family friend, and a lot of people that are sexually taken advantage of the first time, it's a family member or a close family friend. It's not some guy out the bushes and all that. No, it's a family member, a close family friend, or someone that told them that they love them like a boyfriend. See, know your family, know exactly what's going on, check in on them, okay? You guys get the picture, right? Be safe, be wise. I'm telling you, by 2024, it's the whole world, man. I mean, it is a mess. See, there are no local government policies and procedures that protect from doing this like this. There's so many different ways. I mean, think about it. If nothing's written down and you can't prove anything, how do you prove that in a court of law? You don't. See? Evidence, the burden of proof. Oh man, it's tough. See, but this is real. And so what's causing this real quick? It's a combination of things. One, high rents. Two, the shift. It used to be senior citizens were the number one person a landlord would want to rent. I'm going to hurry up with this. Would want to rent a room to. But no, now it's beautiful looking women, the professional woman, the college student, a woman that can pay that lives by herself because women are, more attractive and everything like that. No, that has something to do with it, but it's because women are more cleaner than men, going to take care of the property better. They live by their, it's a woman that lives by herself, That's the number. That's the best tenant you want to have. A nurse, a CNA, someone in the medical field, healthcare, someone that can pay their rent. And that's a female who's going to keep your property clean. See, so it used to be seniors, but why not seniors anymore? Because the rents have gone too high around the world, even, especially here, $1,400 in Washoe County for 1 bedroom, 1 bath. See, 4.5 years ago, it was right around $700. That day is gone. You see, so there's a shift, lots of motels, low-income places, government places are government places. They're trying to help kids, trying to help families, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about different places around the world in every community, because rents are so high, everywhere there's an increase. People don't want kids. They're not on the list. I mean, there was 1 or 2 applicants. Now there's 40. So they're going to pick, not all the time. Not talking about everybody. Everyone's not a scumbag. But I'm telling you, this is not in the air. This is a living, working reality, and it's happening everywhere. So I'm talking to the people about talking to landlords about that I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is, these landlords, they're targeting attractive women, see? And just take out attractive. Women are ideally what landlords want to have, with no kids, no pets, no more. It used to be seniors, but now because most seniors are on the fixed income, think about it, they're retired on the fixed income, can't afford $1,000 a month. See, they have to do something else or live with someone in the family or something like that. See? And so then our culture, those rules that I read in, that I told you, prostitution itself, the bigger category of sex, prostitution itself, it's the largest industry. It's bigger than sports. All football, baseball, basketball, soccer, American football, every horse racing. Pornography, sex, that industry makes more money than all sports combined. And, and there's ads everywhere. Hey, you want to get out of your small town? Hey, you want to come to New York? You want to come to Miami? You want to come down south? I will pay for your ticket, and you can live here for free. And I already have a job waiting for you. Women only. Yeah. What do you think they're doing? See? And some of these ads just say it. Hey, I'll pay for your ticket. You can live here. You split half the money. I already have clients lined up. And I listened to these men that they're all men. I mean, there's some women that's growing like from here to here where women are doing it too. But it's mostly men that are targeting women. And I actually met a woman like that, rescued her from this, what I'm saying. But I'm talking to these men and I'm hearing him, and he said, you know what? I get at least on a slow day, I get at least anywhere from 400 to 900 girls a day begging to work this job, to get this free rent, start having sex for money, and have this freedom. So single parent moms, know your kids. Husbands, know your kids. Brothers and sisters, look out for each other.